Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel on the Prado Hospital. Put up a video yesterday. Look, when I see questions, I try not to answer too much because obviously I'm busy and it just goes on and on. If I answer everyone's questions individually, I'm just there forever. So what I do, I try and make another video or some more fresh information so that it answers everyone's questions, and we just put another video up. So look, you can ask the questions, but don't be disappointed if you don't get an answer. Please just understand I'm pretty busy. Look, I'll just remind you now, I don't use Messenger. Like, you might get a reply once or twice or something, but look, generally I don't use it. Too many messaging and phone systems or whatever. Old school, simple way. If you need me, if you need parts, you need to book your car in, just want to get some information, whatever you need, you're generally going to get it in a video. So follow me very closely and you'll get that information. If you really need something, give me a call is the way to, I'm not trying to sell you things, but if you actually want to buy the injector kit, then you need to give me a call. The number's 0490 261013. Now, back to the information. So the video explaining blow-by, because somebody asked the question, how the hell does having leaking injector seats cause your engine to seize up? So that was to cover that, the blocked oil pickup thing. So if you want to know about that, you've got to go and watch that video. From that video, that rose another question. So how long before these seats or injectors need to be replaced? Okay, so we've covered that a number of times over the years. We're just going to get better at it. That's why we're doing a video. We've got it all sitting there in front of you so we can show you some bits and pieces, and we'll upload it on YouTube. Obviously, the channel's 4x4 Diesel. Subscribe so you don't miss out. There's videos going up almost every day. And that's where the information is going to be at. Prado Hilux 1KD FTV is what we're talking about here. So the injector seats, I'm going to try and keep it short. I go on a bit. I'll try and keep it lots of information, limited time. So the injector seats, they are durability. It's a durability thing. They don't last forever. So buy Toyota's book, service book every 40,000. The correct procedure is to open up your fuel system, risk contamination, check your valve clearances. I can tell you generally they're going to be fine, and that includes replacing the injector seats, doing the job properly. So that doesn't happen most of the time. That's another story, okay? So don't ask questions. Good that it doesn't get done, because that means less risk of contamination. So the point is though, these seats, they do need to be changed every now and then. And if the job's done correctly, so from original factories done properly, or if I do the job or the recommended people that we use, if the job's done properly, generally those seats are going to last anything from absolute minimum I've seen them leaking at is around 138,000 Ks. Generally, I've only got a few at 160 and 180, 140, not many. It's usually a lot more towing and stuff like that, or short driving, stop starts. Every time it heats up and cools down, that probably reduces their life a bit. Generally, they last over 200,000 Ks. My recommendation would be anything, replace those seats, anything from about 130 to 180,000 Ks to be safe. I guarantee if I do the job, I guarantee you won't have them leak for 120,000 Ks, okay? Now, so that's the seats, how often they need to be replaced. Now, injectors. Now, it varies a lot, because with the old injectors, I'm just gonna go and get my special pointer. With the old injectors, a lot of the parts weren't DLC coded. In the picture here, you've got, these are nozzle needles, this pile of stuff over here. See this one here? Oh look, magnetized. That's handy, isn't it? That is not DLC coded. I'm going to swap hands, see if that stays there. That's pretty cool, actually. That wasn't part of the plan, guys. This one here, not DLC coded. It's just a bit of steel. Right, so firstly, these things, the old injectors, I wouldn't leave them in my engine for more than about 100,000 Ks. I recommend to you 120,000 Ks, get rid of them. That's why I'm telling you, all these old cars, 05, 6, 7, 8, 9, they should all have new injectors by now. A 150 Prado, they're slightly different injectors. They've got DLC on some parts, right? But not all of them in 2009, 10, 11, and most 12s. So those, I'd probably be recommending replacing those injectors definitely by now, because look, an 09's 9 years old, a 10's 8 years old, an 11's 7 years old. They're getting old. They've got electronics. See this solenoid on top here? Boom, bada bing, electronics, right? Electronics can fail. Can leave the injector open and end up cracking a piston. So fresh injectors, look, 5 or 6, look, I put injectors in my car every 150,000 Ks, which for me is every, 3 or 4 years. So that's what I would do. So I'm going to recommend you any different. And you might think, well, it doesn't cost you anything. It does, because I've still got to pay for the injectors, and that set of injectors and that labour I could have worked on your car and got paid from you. So whether I do my car or your car, cost me the same. Okay, so I wouldn't be any other way. That's what I do. Now with these DLC injectors, when we say full DLC, we mean the 3 wearing parts that matter. The nozzle needle, that's here. That's a DLC coated one, just quickly. All right, it's got the black DLC coating on it. These solenoid valves over here, this one is DLC coated. Geez, that's pretty cool, that magnet. That happened by accident. And this one is not DLC coated, see? Okay, so just still like these. Oh, look at that. So let's see how strong this magnetism. I think I magnetised this screwdriver. Anyway, these ones are DLC coated on the part that matters. These ones aren't. So full DLC means 1, 2, 3 parts coated. Okay, part DLC, you may have the nozzle needle coated and the solenoid valve, maybe not the command piston. And there's a mix of different things we've seen with different brands of injectors, because we know there's other brands, there's Chinese copies, there's remanufacturing, there's other brands, you know, blueprinting and whatever. So they all do different things, and injectors we've stripped down, we've got the evidence here, but some things are coated, some aren't. It varies from one set to the other. So it's all pretty crazy what's going on. It's pretty complicated. Keep it simple for yourselves. The DLC coated ones, full DLC, subject to contamination. That means keep it clean. Don't open up clean fuel. They seem to be like they're going to last indefinitely. I've seen them at nearly 300,000 Ks. The readings like new, no smoke, nice and quiet, happy days. But that being said, I've also had people at 100, 150,000 Ks that say, no, we're doing the seats. I just want to replace them, put new ones in anyway. So that's a smart way to be, because you've got fresh injectors, right? So, and then they say, oh, it's smoother and quieter and all that. So of course, something that's brand new. So this DLC coating, right, there's 2 to compare, one coated, one not coated. That coating, it's got less friction and it's a lot harder. So it's going to last longer because it's harder. It's going to work better because it's got less friction. So just to keep it simple, that's a bit of information about the injectors for you. And that's when I'd be replacing them. So if they're not full DLC, every 120,000 Ks or 5 years. If they're full DLC, I'd probably push them out anything from about 150 to 200,000, depending what smoke situation, what readings you've got, and what noise it's making. Okay, guys, hope that helps. You know the deal. Subscribe to the YouTube channels, Anthony Prado 4B on Facebook. So just look me up, hit the friend button, write me a message if you have to, if you've got a weird profile, because the weird ones with no photos of Prados and Hiluxes may not get in. And on the top of Oz Prado Crew, there's in the first post with the rules, there's a list of all the groups. It's all about giving you the information, guys. So I hope that helps. Have a nice day. See ya.